Did it not come through?
Apparently it didn't.
Okay, well, we are ready.
All right. When last we left off, the wolf pack, after venturing to the desert city of Oasis, found their path to the next anchor of Demogorgon, a local legend affectionately nicknamed the Hellgate, to be blocked by a dangerous and near unnavigable storm. On top of that, Finn, the warlock, received a cryptic warning from his patron, Eldath the Elder God, to be wary of the coming storm, implied to be said tempest. And Tez shared with the pack his overnight conversation with the Prince Consort of the Empire, Charles Malor, who appears to have been given Demogorgon's aspect of pride, forging a bond with Tez, who also seems to bear some shard of it. After speaking with Avandre and learning of their approval to head to the Northern Territories, the pack learned some new spells from him and used it to transport the rebel Yell from outside of Oasis to the Verdant Bay Peninsula, intending to make contact with the Druid Circle there. En route to the Circle, the pack found the remnants of vicious battles against the Imperial Guard, with hundreds appearing to have been decimated by some opposing force in multiple engagements. Once arriving at the Circle of Verdance, the pack was greeted by some of the Circle's elders, rather than its typical leader, Ilrin Silver, beloved aunt of the twins. From these elders, they learned Ilrin has been engaging Imperial forces in battle on her own for the past 5 days, demonstrating incredibly new, destructive powers in doing so, and causing a bit of concern amongst her comrades and fellow druids. Drost attempted to make contact with Ilrin via a sending spell, but was met with sharp static, howling laughter, and a shock to his own mind, before a large explosion was heard off in the distance to the north. And that is where we're picking up, as you guys are in the kind of inner sanctum area of the Circle of Verdance, with a couple of the elder druids here. Drost has just suffered a bit of a psychic shock after trying to make contact with Ilrin, and you all hear kind of the dull but booming thud of an explosion off in the distance, way off to the northeast. As one of the elder druids looks, "Scout teams, head out immediately!" You see a couple of them start running off to go investigate. Wolfpack, what would you like to do?
What else is northeast? Like, is that Elvenon, or is that...
From here, there's not much out there. It's just open forest and area. We have a couple of smaller settlements and refuges scattered throughout it, but nothing of real note up there. Though the Imperials seem to think we have something and have been sortying up there quite a bit.
Does it seem like the people here have been hearing this noise and like they were ready for it, or
a sound that loud is not typical, though it has been more common of late.
Okay.
I think it might be another instance of Ilrin engaging the forces, but I'd rather have our scouts confirm that rather than you. If you want to go and seek it out yourself, you're more than welcome to. But your group is a little high profile, and if any stragglers of the Imperial Guard spot you and manage to make it back, that might cause more problems than it solves. So, if possible, I'd like you to let us at least confirm with our scouts first. And then, he kind of looks over, the elder that's kind of talking, looks over at Drost, and it's like, maybe you should take a bit of a breather. If you want to look in Ilrin's quarters, maybe find some, I don't know, some kind of record of what's been going on with her lately, you might be able to. Your family, so I'm more than willing to let you. But it looks like one of you might need a little bit of a moment.
Yeah, that is definitely welcome.
Does that normally happen?
No, that level of feedback, that was particularly nasty.
That's not a good sign, right?
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, Drost, you've had sending for a while and used it before. That's the first time you've ever felt anything like that, and it's the first time you've ever even heard about something like that happening. It's typical. The spell usually either succeeds and you contact them, or it fails and nothing happens. So having feedback like that lash out at you is a little suspect in this moment. but you seem to have free reign of the place. The elder kind of points over. He's indicated where Ilrin's quarters are, off on by one of the greater oaks, kind of carved into a hollow. What would you guys like to do?
I guess we go rifle through a shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All
See
right.
what kind of notes we can dig up.
All right, you guys head over to Ilrin's quarters, and they're fairly simple. I mean, being a druid circle, you're not expecting anything fancy. These are a little more bare bones even than most of the quarters back at Krillaria, where she doesn't seem to keep anything necessarily like as trophies or anything. There are a few pieces of like rare specimens of bits of vegetation and like petrified tree roots and a couple of like interesting looking geodes and things like that. All natural, all very, probably weird natural phenomenon popping up, maybe tinged a little bit with magic in their creation, but nothing giving off any kind of enchantment here. She does have some various pieces of paper kind of scattered on what would be approximately a desk. If anyone wants to give me an investigation check or arcana check to go through all of her stuff.
Yeah, I'd be looking through
Yeah, I'd be looking.
particularly paperwork.
Yeah, I'd be helping whoever. I'll give Drost a hand.
I'm looking for a snack.
I would expect nothing less.
She probably has some.
She probably does.
Doesn't look like any goat's milk, Taz.
Oh gosh, I did it with some sort of. Oh, I did it with disadvantage.
That's fine. We'll take the first roll because they're so close anyway. You find
I'm
candied
just looking for
acorns.
food. Oh. Are they as good as they sound?
Do you take a bite out of one?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. They're actually really good. A bit sweet, bit salty. Cuts through acorns can, for the record, are fully edible and are usually a little bitter. But there's enough of a coating that's kind of seeped into it that it actually cuts through it pretty nicely. It's not quite like dark chocolate flavor, but it's that kind of like feel to it where, sweet but bitter.
These are nutty and delicious. Whoever's closest to me, I hold it out to them.
Dross, go ahead and roll again for advantage since Finn is helping
Oh,
you.
shoot.
All right. Tyler, you don't manage to find anything. I mean, you kind of get fascinated by some of the geodes and everything, but you're a little distracted. I mean, this is, your aunt you're talking about.
Yeah.
Essentially, probably high.
Oh, most likely.
The chances aren't zero of that being
It's
the
a
case.
bad trip.
Yeah, because Finn probably is.
Yeah, you're a little distracted. So you're not managing to pick anything up really. Taylor and Dross, though, between the two of you, you guys managed to find there's a lot of older notes that appear to be just observations and drawings of like rare fauna and flora throughout the Verdant Bay. Ilrin has kept a very disorganized but somehow still meticulous record of everything that has ever appeared here in the peninsula for the last like 100 so years. And you start finding a couple of drawings and some notes that seem like they're in maybe a different hand or a different style, and you're not able to pick up on it, Dross, but Taylor, you recognize the handwriting as your mother's. Nothing necessarily personal in what you find here, but you do manage to find several drawings of flowers that you do recognize were your mother's favorite, and they are hand-done sketches on parchment in a style you've seen her do herself.
Oh.
On top of that, 27, Drost, you dig around a little bit further. Taylor's kind of there helping, Finn's also helping kind of piecemeal through stuff. And while they're kind of looking at the drawings and sketches and essentially nature notes, you find a couple documents towards the bottom, seemingly like they were kind of shoved under and hid. More recent, based on, I mean, you have you've spent enough time around books and writing that you can kind of tell when something's old and when something's, decently recent. These are probably within the last couple weeks or so. But they are not in a language you're able to read, because I don't think you are capable of speaking Druidic.
Oh no, for sure not.
Yeah. You recognize, with the 27 though, you will recognize what is Druidic, essentially. It's a very weird written language, and you don't normally see it written in most places, and even the research notes that you've already found in here are all written in Common and Elvish. So finding something specifically written in Druidic is a little odd.
Hey Tyler, and can you make anything of this?
Maybe. I will read it.
What you start piecing together, actually, what I want to hear. Tyler, give me an Arcana check.
Oh.
You're gonna get a bit of notes, but it's gonna be the Arcana check is more for what you might,
Nothing.
what you aren't gonna get at the end. The first couple pages, then I shouldn't say the first couple pages. Parts of these notes, because they're all kind of scattered, and you don't think they're actually in numerical order as far as like how they were written. The pages themselves were probably like laid out at some point, and then someone threw them all back together in the wrong order. You're able to kind of figure out some of the notes, and part of it reads a little bit like a journal. It seems that sometime in the last week or so, Ilrin, the guilt of what had happened with her sister seems to have spiked a little bit more. She was feeling, especially after meeting you two and having kind of that reminder of what she has lost, because you're reminded you haven't told her that your mom has been resurrected. You haven't been in contact with her about that yet. So to her knowledge, her sister is still dead. Her sister that was, again, killed because of Ilrin's activities, and they mistook her. Ilrin's guilt for that is fairly evident in what you're reading. The pain of it is very clear in what she's writing about, how much she misses her, and she's still looking for some way to try and bring her back through, preferably nature, like using nature magic, but going that route is a lot harder than going some other routes. And eventually she starts writing. The writing gets a little more haphazard and scattered in thought. I hate to phrase it like this, but it's almost like, instead of being in like a journal format, it's almost like tweets, where it's just a thought came to mind and she wrote it down, rather than composed her actual feelings and then put it into word. And it gets a little more frantic towards the end. She starts talking about finally figuring out what she can do, manifesting this hatred she has for what was done to her family, the pain that's been inflicted upon her and you two, as a kind of a byproduct of that, and wishing that she could avenge, direct this kind of rage that she has and pain towards a tangible enemy. And everything past that doesn't make a lot of sense to you, because it starts getting into something you can piece together with a natural one. You're not able to piece a lot together, but there's something of, it starts getting more into like spellcraft at that point, and reading like a technical document that goes so far above your head you have no idea what you're looking at.
Can I offer a reroll, or are we a little past that?
I would say when she hits that point, I'll let you allow for a reroll.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So I'll use a chrono.
You catch that it changes
and
in the notes.
And if the mechanics aren't going to work out, then that's fine. But if I can sense like this is maybe like something noteworthy, obviously with it being in Druidic, and not wanting, she probably doesn't want it to fall into the wrong hands or whatever. I would offer Tyler some encouragement and hit her with a guidance. But if
Ooh.
that's not something that I can do at the same time, that's fine.
Absolutely, you can do both. I'd allow it.
Ooh. Very nice. Okay.
So reroll plus a d4.
Plus a d4. Got it. Wow.
All right. 14. It's still a little above you. The way you commune with nature and interact with magical force is a little bit different than how most people do. And it's a little more instinctive for you, like feeling the natural energy around you and manipulating it within yourself and forces thereof. There's not a lot of necessarily like arcane spellcraft and complex formulas to what you do inherently. But that 14 is going to allow you to figure this out. This is definitely some kind of ritual that Ilrin seemed to have learned about some way and started preparing. You can kind of see multiple pages, the progress that she's making towards, some kind of arcane circle to conduct this ritual. The 14 isn't going to let you know exactly what that ritual did or does, if it's even been done yet. But it does let you figure out kind of a starting point for it. And more importantly, if you took the time to sit down with it, it might take you a couple minutes working with Drost especially.
Mm-hmm.
It will give you the ability to translate this, ritual and the work that Ilrin did out of Druidic into a language that maybe Drost would be able to or someone else would be able to understand better. So 14 Arcana is going to give you the ability to translate technical jargon into common.
Cool. I would probably sit down right away and start working on that because I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was going to suggest that even from like a Drost nerding out on a written language that's not often written would be interested in picking up a few phrases. But yeah, if he can help Tyler make sense of the ritual and any of that stuff, I'd take as much time as I had.
You absolutely can do that. You both sit down, start working on that. Rest of you, what are you guys doing?
I guess just waiting for the scouts to come back and these two to do the nerd stuff, right?
How long? Did they say how long before the scouts get back?
They did not. They just said, sit tight. We're sending them out.
Hey, you!
Yeah. You spot you see a little gnome that is running by with a basket of apples. He stops.
We need you to go find out how long it'll be before those scouts get back. Can you do that for us?
Oh, okay. Sure.
Come back as quick as you can.
Yeah.
And give me one of those apples, please.
Oh, okay. He kind of chucks one of the apples at you.
Okay.
And then he runs off.
My friend's going to tell us how long it'll be before they get back.
Perfect.
Taylor, Loki, you guys doing anything or just hanging out?
Hanging out.
Yeah, sounds about right.
All right. A couple minutes go by, probably getting a little closer to 5 minutes. That gnome comes back, Tez. They said that they're still out. They, only left not even 10 minutes ago, so might be maybe an hour. They're not. They have to find the spot first and then kind of see what's going on before they can run back.
Okay. Thank you.
He kind of side eye a little bit as he walks away. He's like, "Okay, I guess we're done here."
They're going to be back in an hour.
Cool.
Where's Jerry?
Jerry's probably back at the Rebel Yell.
Okay, good. Just making sure he's okay.
Last you were aware, yeah. He was using potty pads on the Rebel Yell, but it's about 10 or 15 minutes into looking over this that I'm going to ask for another roll from Tyler and Drost. I will let you guys figure out who you want rolling what. If the since you guys are essentially having to translate something out of Druidic and then try to figure out what it is, Drost, you're able to give the help action and things like that to Tyler to give her advantage on an Arcana roll for this. Or if you go the other way with it, it'll be a straight roll for you, Drost, since Tyler will be basically just handling the translate work and you're just working on the arcane side of things.
At the risk of just snapping my fingers and solving problems with magic.
Please do. Please do. If you burn a resource.
I just realized that the comprehend languages is a thing. It's a minute for each page. So I mean we'd still be spending time. But it's it would be up, I guess it'd be if it doesn't decode a secret message, or whatever.
I just went and looked that up, and you're going to get it on a technicality because Druidic is considered a known but secret language, not a code. So it does count under comprehend languages. Well, in that case, you can use that to make it a flat roll just for you, and then Tyler can give you the help action.
Perfect.
Oh, that would be sweet.
All right.
So you said advantage. I'm sorry. Arcana to decipher the.
Yep, Arcana with advantage. Now that you're able to kind of read.
Do
22. How much time did Drost spend going over the notes from the lab that you guys raided in the peninsula?
Remind me again which lab that was. Was that the goblins?
No, this would have been where you guys were fighting like the soulless husk creatures, investigating for one of the factions in Elvenon. And then it later ended up finding the like abomination experiment aspect of hunger.
I mean, honestly, anytime that Drost picks up on documentation, paperwork, or anything like that, he's gonna either just grab it and bring it with, or spend as much time until someone shouts at him to come, that they're leaving him behind. So a fair amount, but probably not like completely 100% thorough.
It takes a little bit working with Tyler to start decoding this, but there is a certain point, probably about 10, 15, maybe close to 20 minutes after looking over all of this, that the gear clicks in place, that you've seen something very similar to this, and you start rifling through your own notes and pull out a couple of the sheets from the lab and start kind of like side by side comparing them. There are differences in the ritual that's documented in both. Like these are not carbon copied, but they're similar enough that it's tickling your mind a little bit.
The reference is the similarities to like the ritual as far as like summoning the hunger, or
it's more in the
those husks.
Yeah, it's closer to the ritual associated with the aspect of hunger, but less about hunger itself and more just the base, like the foundation of that circle and the ritual.
Sure.
You don't think the ritual that is being documented in Oren's notes is the exact same ritual that is in your aspect of hunger notes. You think it might be for a different aspect.
Oh, gotcha. So this is giving me
Same process, same starting process, different result.
Yep, it's given me vibes of the Mystics.
Yes, quite a bit
Potentially?
actually.
Okay.
Mm.
Which then raises the question how Ilrin got her hands on something like this.
Yeah, I was gonna say is it just us in this room, or are there any other?
It's just you guys in her quarters.
Well, I'd look to Tyler and be like, how well do you know your aunt? Because I mean, I would explain all of this. I'm like, this and this are similarities, and the Mystics had a similar thing. It looks like it's changed a little bit here, but like either she's modifying something of theirs or they're modifying something of hers. I don't know. I don't want to like accuse her of, doing that,
Yeah.
but it's too much similar to be a coincidence.
Well, I mean, something may have done it to her.
That's you're right. Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming it's one of these like aspects, right? Like, because doesn't Charles have one? Isn't he one of them?
Yeah. There are what, like 4 aspects?
Do we know what they are? Because it's probably not fucking hard to nail down which one she's got.
Well, yeah, they're
It's not
like,
the
it
aspect
was
of
like
chilling the fuck
pride
out.
and right. It was like pride, hunger, wrath.
I think whatever winner.
It's in the shared notes: cunning, pride, hunger, and fury.
I think it's that one.
Yeah, it's to that one.
Well, right, because was it just me making assumptions, or did we have any knowledge of the blade being one aspect?
Yep, you are aware that the
Yeah.
blade is the aspect of cunning.
Cunning, right? And then hunger, we just destroyed. Charles is pride,
Yeah.
and yeah, so that leaves fury. Yeah, we should probably just be careful. A, to not provoke her, and B, maybe, I don't know if you guys, like the twins, can bring this topic up with her the next time. Like, I don't know if like she's come back
Yeah, we'll have to
or the
find
next
her,
time
and
we see her,
then
sort of thing.
yeah, Taylor and I are gonna have to have a chit chat.
Yeah. So these ritual things, did the Mystics make it, or did the Mystics just find it? Because they summon hunger and pride, and I mean, I'm assuming cunning, right?
Yeah, well, we know that they attempted to put pride. They attempted to like fuse pride in. Do we know this, or is this not like as far as what they tried to do to Tez?
It's in your guys' shared notes, so I'm assuming you guys asked the book about it. Tez was.
Or
They tried to put the aspect of fury into Tez, and something went wrong
fury.
with it. And instead, he
Right.
received a shard of pride. Not the full aspect
Gotcha. Oh,
necessarily.
okay. So it was a bot. So yeah. So it's something that the mystics are infusing with different individuals that clearly already embody whatever aspect they're going for. So I'm assuming it's something the mystics either developed or, I mean, some hidden, 1,000 years ago thing that they uncovered to break the bonds and all of this. Either way, it's definitely something that the mystics, actively playing a part in like what do you want to call it? Creating or binding these people.
Yeah, in this book, did the handwriting get progressively more hectic, or was it like a sudden change?
Progressive. It
Okay.
feels a little bit like there's a bit of a spiral in the notes, or in her, what you would essentially refer to like her journal in this.
Okay.
And then there's a sharp stop where it then cuts to the technical information about this ritual,
Okay.
where the lines appear to be a lot cleaner at that point. It's still her handwriting. You're very confident in that much. Matches the exact style as everything above. It's just as if there was suddenly a lot of care being put into this in making sure that it was done right.
Okay. Does it have a date, or is the journal dated?
It is not. There is there's no kind of sense of time given in that.
Other than we assume that it was like only a few weeks old, right?
Yeah, like recent.
Yeah. With Drost's experience with just writing utensils in general, yeah, the ink is well and truly dried, but it hasn't started flaking or anything. It's probably in the last couple weeks.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take the book if we're done. If we're done looking at it.
Okay. It's about that time that that same little gnome comes running in. They said the scouts are back.
Oh, good.
Let's
Tell them to get over here quick.
Why don't we go to them?
Yeah, they're
We're going
debriefing
to
with the
them.
elders. Oh, okay. And he steps off. And you guys leave the little hollow and head back over to where the elders are, where there are a couple of lightly armored, what look like rangers, very similar to Taylor's garb, talking, and they kind of stop, acknowledge you guys. Whatever she did, the battle's already over. But that thing with the bodies is happening again, and we don't really know what exactly to do about that. So I've got two standing by just to see, if anyone shows up. But rest of the force checking for stragglers. Seems like a couple of them tried to get away and then were felled also. So
remind me what the thing with the bodies is.
oh, you haven't, and the elder kind of jumps in. They haven't seen anything like that since they've only seen the past battlefields. Immediately after the fight, these fights seem to be happening when Ilrin is taking over. There are plenty of fresh corpses around, but it seems like an element of rot and decay is onsets a bit faster. We haven't really figured out what's going on with that necessarily, but it sounds like the process is still going on. So it usually takes a couple of hours after, and then after that they're left a little more burnt out and similar to being incinerated, but not quite. Very desiccated in that sense. It's unpleasant to see.
Oh, that sounds great.
Almost like someone's very wrathful in their.
Almost.
The scout chimes in. I mean, looking at the bodies before that happens, it's definitely wrathful. It's savage, honestly. If we weren't confident it was someone in our own circle, I'd almost be willing to say it's some kind of wild monster or animal. But battlefield's safe enough. None of them, the guards all dead, so it's just there. We'll get back to keeping an eye on it, and salutes at the elders and just kind of bows at you guys and
Did you guys see where she went?
No idea. She was gone by the time we got there. She usually is. We haven't seen her in a while.
Well, in a very like Drost like kind of has a sudden epiphany and it's like, oh, that's it, and then realizes that maybe we're trying to keep it low key, and then shuts his mouth.
The elder kind of looks at you guys. Did you manage to find anything of use in Ilrin's quarters?
Just her journal that looks kind of weird. We just need to talk to her about it.
Well,
you guys have no idea where she is?
She hasn't checked in quite some time. Seems to be off doing her own thing. It's been hard enough to pin down where she's been, let alone where she is at that any given moment. Only plus side, or only sign we really have that she's been somewhere is when something like this happens and we're left with a field full of desiccated corpses.
I'm gonna lean over to Tyler and ask her if, in like completely hushed, like, do we, like, I don't know the whole protocol here. Do we tell these folks, like, the elders and stuff, like, and I'll just tell her, like, the feedback I got.
Might be worth a shot.
She's gotta be like, that's gotta be because of the aspect.
Yeah. I mean, I would
like
trust them. I don't know exactly what they do with that information, but we can tell them.
I like, you like, go for it.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I would like motion towards them, then be like, these are your people, man.
Yeah.
I can help explain the technical, but
yeah, I'll turn to them, the elders, and I'll be like, would you mind if we spoke in private?
Yeah, we can do so. And the elder who's kind of leading this little group here kind of dismisses the other ones, walks off to one part of the circle away from everyone else in any kind of like activity. What seems to be the problem?
So my friend and I here can help explain it. We'll kind of like go through what we found and what we think it could mean, but I make it certain that I don't know if that's the case or not. You know what I mean?
Right. He listens, he's just kind of sitting there kind of taking it all in by the time you're done. So, to make sure I understand, you believe that this aspect of Fury, of Demogorgon, the great evil, has been either through Ilrin or through Ilrin's actions or the actions of another may be inhabiting her body.
Correct.
Do you have any other experience with these aspects? Is it still Ilrin in there?
She is there. Yes.
Probably.
Most likely.
Well, not hunger, but Tez is still fairly functional.
Tez is Tez.
And from what he said, the other cat seems like he's all there. I mean, not.
Yeah.
Like, I guess we don't know what he was before he had pride in him. So.
Right.
I don't know if the aspects do like wipe out the person or if there's the person still in there. I guess we don't know.
At the very least, it magnifies whatever accompanying traits.
Yeah.
Are in there.
Well, that doesn't bode well things. As I'm sure you're aware, Ilrin she's been through quite a lot. Your whole family has been. And it's always weighed heavily on her mind, even for the more recent troubles with the Imperial Guard. Granted, the stresses of it have seemingly been getting to most of us lately, but it does seem like before this accelerated and happened and she ran off on her own, it did seem like it was getting to her a little more. She was quiet at times, quieter than most instances than she used to be. She would lash out when for seemingly nothing, and just certain people talking to her seemed to set her off in moments. I'm not... I fear the worst in an instance like this in getting this information.
As do I.
And learning this
So-
information, would you be able to... Can you head to the recent battlefield and investigate? With what you've now told me, I'm wondering if what you think has happened to her might be tied to what's happening to the corpses there. Because it seems...
Oh yeah, that would make lots of sense. But yeah, we can absolutely investigate. See what we can.
Since these incidents have started happening, they seem to have gotten bigger and bigger with each one, and I'm wondering if that is feeding into whatever has happened to her with this. I don't know enough about it or what has happened to her to really paint a picture there, or I guess properly even understand it myself, but some pieces are starting to seem to link together a little bit.
Yeah. Let's go check it out. Tro's good at sciencey stuff or investigating stuff, so I'm sure he'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Then I'll have one of my scouts lead you
maybe
to the
we'll
field.
come across her too. Who knows?
It's always possible. We've never seen her show back up at one of the battlefields, but always a first time for everything.
Well, Taylor's woodsy. Maybe he can pick up her trail.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Promises.
And he kind of notions over for that scout who looked like he was getting ready to head out. When you leave, make sure to take them with you. They're going to investigate the battlefield, and Scout just kind of nods, goes to get things ready, kind of wait over at the edge. Well, best of luck. Hopefully it's not as bad as we fear. That seems to be a horrifying outcome for not just us, but for Ilrin herself, if that is what happened to her. I can't imagine being trapped in one's own mind, being racked with something as powerful as rage and fury.
No.
At that,
let's get to it.
Yeah, Elder kind of walks off. You guys go meet with the scout. Everyone ready?
Yep.
All right.
Always.
He starts leading you guys out, and it's about 30-minute walk. The circle seems to have some fairly well hidden but well trodden paths through the forest to kind of speed things up a little bit. The twins, both of you kind of realize it would finding these paths for you guys would have been doable, but not the easiest task in the world. And you gather fairly quickly it would have been very difficult for anyone other than you two to have tried to found it. So it's kind of interesting to see, the things that you wouldn't have noticed necessarily immediately while navigating this part of the forest. But you start heading off to the northeast on this walk, spotting a couple other scouts and kind of forward operators just hiding in the brush, keeping a post so that there's always kind of a relay of information, should something happen. And you guys make it to what looks like it probably wasn't an open clearing at one point, but there's several trees that look like they've been completely smashed and knocked down by some kind of wave of concussive force or blast of some kind, splintered in multiple pieces from impacts, kind of haphazard around here, and quite a bit of starting to dry blood soaking into the ground, making it a little muddy. Bits of earth that look like they've been impacted with force or burnt in some parts, and quite a few corpses. But for three of you, that's not what draws your eye. Drost, Finn, and Tez, only you three see this. But you three see standing in the middle of this battlefield, or I shouldn't say standing, because floating about a foot off the ground in kind of almost like a T pose is a floating figure of a woman wreathed in red energy with multiple tendrils attached to different bodies scattered around the battlefield. And you watch, like, as you guys approach, one of the tendrils breaks off, seemingly done with that body, and moves to the next one.
What the fuck? Guys,
Uh,
can you see that?
Yeah, that doesn't look good.
The scouts left that shit way off the report.
See
Filled
what?
with bodies with a weird thing. What? What do you mean see what? You don't see the red lady up there with the tendril thing sucking the juice out all the dead bodies?
I definitely don't see it, correct?
You do not.
No. I don't
did
see
you say
anything.
it? Did I see it or no?
You did not. No. Drost, Finn, and Tez are the only ones that see
Okay,
it at
okay.
the moment.
Oh, I see it.
Ha!
Like, what are you
He's
looking
got
at?
fucking sad eyes now.
You guys watch as one of the corpses near you guys, kind of here on the edge of the clearing where you've emerged, looked like it was, I mean, not necessarily fresh, but like it was dead and looked like a normal corpse. The kind of what remains of the color in its face starts quickly fading, grows very quickly gaunt and starting to dry up, almost like a mummy. The three of you that can see it notice as one of the tendrils attaches to that body and starts pulling something out of it as that effect takes place on the corpse.
Yeah, right there. Tendril. Just stuck in that body, sucking the juice out of it.
The three of you don't see anything.
I don't see what you're talking about.
You see
Can
the
I
effect
shoot the
happening to the
tendril?
body, but do you want
I
to?
see it.
I do want to.
All right, give me an attack roll.
Remember how he said we may not even fight? Well, guess what?
I need to point out this isn't the fight.
Hey, you don't know.
22 definitely hits. Roll damage. 15 force damage. There is an impact. The three of you who can't see the tendril, you watch as Finn's Eldritch Blast flies, stops about a foot off of the ground from the corpse, and seemingly impacts and explodes with a bit of concussive force like it always does when it hits something. You don't see what it hit, though. The three of you that can see it watch as this blast blows apart that tendril, severing it from there, and suddenly all of the tendrils that are scattered around this battlefield stop and come back into the body as that woman she had her back to you. She turns.
Oh, nice shot, Finn.
Oh shit! Who's
At
Finn?
this point, it was him.
The hell's going on?
I need everybody to please roll initiative.
I'm gonna take several steps. Oh shit! Well, too late for that.
All right, I'm gonna put you guys on just a random battle map here. This is gonna be Theater of the Mind for the sake of getting an initiative order.
I forgot how to play this game.
I know it's been forever. You've been running so much lately. All right. You were in there. Yep, there we go.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I do have advantage on initiative rolls.
Yep.
Oh, and it didn't do it. So I guess I'll go again. Okay, 18.
18 then.
Couple 18s.
Quite a few. Of the 18s, I'm going to assume Taylor has the higher dex. Drost and Tez, what are your dex scores at?
3. Well, 16.
Same.
I don't know why my deck says 22, but I'm guessing that's higher.
Yeah, yours is higher because some of you got stat books that upped your
Okay.
ability scores.
Yep.
Oh
It's been a
yeah.
while.
All right, and
I think everybody should have a 22, right?
Yeah,
everybody should
I
have at
think
least
everybody
one
has a
22.
22.
Well, Tez doesn't. Maybe I'm supposed to. Didn't I have like a
Don't
constitution or something?
Maybe.
It's
I
either
have to go.
con or
Oh, you
strength,
can't
but
read.
I feel like it was.
I can't.
Oh, that might
Oh,
honestly, that might have been it.
I specifically remember Dro sitting down and reading
That's
Phonics
right. Yeah,
Jane
because
with
we
Ted.
made a hooked on phonics joke about it. I remember that one.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
but you might not have had 20 con to start with.
Yeah. I think it might have bumped. I think it bumped your con because the book doesn't push you above 22 automatically. It's just a +2 to it.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
can go above 20.
Yeah, but it
I
can
probably
go above
had.
those.
Yeah, I probably had an 18 before.
All right. Well, this is about to be really funny. I rolled it. Of course, my first roll of the night is a nat 1. So
Hey, twinsies.
we're starting off strong here. All right, Tyler, you don't see anything.
I'm just staring and I'm like, what? What'd you just
Like you
hit?
seriously can't see
It's-
it? It's like
No.
a red lady right there.
It's
turning
gotta
around.
be
A
Ilrin.
red lady.
It's
Is
for
it-
sure Ilrin. I don't know what she looks like, but
I'll just yell Illirin.
No
Does
Are
it
you
response.
out
react?
there?
It does not even react. It is
All
dead
right.
staring at you right now, Finn. It is. You can't make out like strong facial features from here. It's about 60 feet away. You normally should be able to, but with the way this energy is like wreathing through this body, kind of paint a picture. It's a bit like how like a fire elemental or any other elemental looks humanoid, but doesn't have like distinct facial features. Just kind of
Uh-huh.
the vague shape of it. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
So but you'd be confident that if this thing had eyes, it would be mean mugging you right now.
I think I pissed it off.
I'll just sit there and like look, like squint and try to see something.
Go ahead and give me a perception check. $13. Joe, to answer your question, yeah, this I forgot. I think dynamic lighting's enabled on it, so it's messed up. But I'm just
Okay.
you guys back here. We're Theater of the minding this battle. So
That removed the turn order too, so I can't see anything now.
oh. With a 13, I've got the turn order, so it's fine. I'll holler at it. It should hopefully show up when I hit next. With a 13, Tyler, you don't really make out anything. Like they're kind of indicating where this thing should be, but you have there's no indication, like no shimmer, anything really to spot. Like there's not even really like a shadow or anything like that being cast by whatever this would be.
Yeah.
As they're pointing up, like the typical things that you know to look for with a camouflaged or invisible creature, none of this is giving off that.
All right. That's my turn.
All right, Taylor, you don't see anything.
I'm gonna draw my bow, draw an arrow, and aim forward in a general direction and hold my action until I see some kind of something hit somewhere in front of me, like when we saw the Eldritch Blast hit. I want to look for something like that, and when I see something like that, I'm going to aim for that exact same spot. So I'm going to let them know show me where to shoot, and I will hit it. And I will hold my action until then.
Okay. Tez, you see it.
Oh, a red lady. Do I
Yep,
see a
it's
red
about-
lady?
Yep, you see a red lady floating. She's about 5 feet off the ground, 10 feet, somewhere in that range.
Oh.
Swinging range, but she's 60 feet away from you.
Oh, 60 feet.
About, you'd
Okay.
assume. Somewhere in that range.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna use all my movement. Trot up like 30 feet.
I think you get
And
40
then-
as Tez.
Oh no, 40. Yeah. I do, don't I? I'm just going to. Oh, does she look like she's pissed off right now? Can I tell?
Give me an insight check.
After what Finn? Okay.
At disadvantage, because this is
Oh,
she doesn't have the
okay.
best she doesn't have a whole lot of facial detail.
And
So
what's
it's a
her
little
name?
hard.
What do we think her name is? Was it Ilrin?
Ilrin.
Ilrin. Oh, turn around and look at me.
Doesn't seem to react to you calling out the name at all. Really hard to make out any kind of like emotion on her face or anything. Doesn't have any kind of like scrunch brow or anything. It's just blank. It's almost like a mannequin made of this like breathing red energy. There's not a lot of like emotive expression on there.
Good grief. I'm gonna pick a stone up off the ground and put it in my sling and fling it.
Give me an attack roll.
Jump. Oh, that was a disadvantage. Yeah.
Yeah, neither one of those. It goes and just flies past her.
Okay.
Still no reaction from or to you.
I just turn around and look at everybody and shrug. That's it.
Drost.
Shoot. I'm going to cast. Yeah, I have no idea what this thing's going to do. I'm going to cast augment on three. I'm going to cast augment on on everyone but me.
All right. Everybody now gets a D4. It's attack rolls and saving throws, correct?
Correct.
All right.
Nice.
And wherever Loki is, I'm going to stay close.
Fair enough. Speaking of, Loki, it's your turn. You don't see anything.
Can I jump in here with a real quick question?
Mm-hmm.
He said everyone but him, and in the list it says up to 3 creatures of your choice.
Yeah, so I'm using a 4th level spell slot for it.
Oh, so that increases it.
Yeah, so when I upcast it, it gives another target.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, actually, only a third level spell slot. Either way, yeah.
I know there's so many things you could do right now.
I'm actually going to cast Detect Evil and Good.
Okay, put that in chat, please. I need to. There's something very in particular.
Good call.
Aberration, Celestial Faith. Okay. You cast it. I'm going to point out that it is the spot that they're kind of indicating looks like it's farther than 30 feet. You will have to walk up to trigger anything.
Okay.
Is that what you're wanting to do?
Yes.
All right. You cast a spell and you walk, and it takes your full movement, 30 feet, but you get into that 30 feet, and you suddenly feel a very strong presence at just about the spot that they're kind of indicating in general. 30 feet away from you, about 5-10 feet off the ground, there's something in front of you. You still can't see it, but you are fairly confident where this thing is, and it is a very strong presence. You don't know... You know, if there is... It doesn't say you know what type it is.
Mm-mm.
You know it's triggering one of those types. You feel it in front of you. About 30 feet away.
Okay. And that's all I'm going to do.
All right. Finn, it's still looking at you.
Is it just looking at me?
It's just looking at you. Hasn't done
Is it-
anything yet.
It's just standing still.
Yep, it's just kind of floating there. Tendrils have all retracted into it. It's no longer the process that was like halfway through on the body near you as fully stopped. It seems to have stopped on others. It's just floating and looking.
I'll move like sideways to the left and see if it like tracks me.
It does.
Oh, things. I mean,
And it's just head movement too. No body movement. It's just the head watching you.
I mean, it's just looking at me right now, so I'll hold off. But if it flies at me, I'm gonna fucking Eldritch Blast it.
Okay. Holding to see if it flies at you.
Yep. I will kind of. Oh, can I move so Tez is between me and it?
You absolutely can.
I definitely do that then.
Yep. Yeah, Tez, this is the closest it's gotten to looking at you. It's very clearly like looking over the top of your head still at Finn, but it's at least kind of facing your direction now.
Oh, good.
Which is about to be really funny because it's now its turn.
Oh,
Finn, how many hit points do you have?
Oh shit! I don't like that question.
Not.
91.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm going to give Finn an option here. Well, actually, I want to see if he can get the option. I want you to roll a dexterity check. This is to see if you're going to get the option to change what your reaction can be used for, because technically you are holding your action, so your reaction should get used to trigger that. I'm going to give you a fighting chance here. 13. I'm going to say it's an option here. You feel whatever this thing is, it's casting a spell. I can't remember if Finn has a counterspell or not.
I
want
do
to
have
say he did.
counterspell.
Okay.
Yeah.
What spell slot? What's the highest spell slot you have?
My spell slot is
Not
that's
enough.
good. 5.
Okay. So I think you got to roll for it then, if you're wanting to do it. You know this thing is casting a spell at you. You don't know what the spell's going to do, but you know it's targeting you in particular.
Well, I can use that as a reaction anyway. So yeah, I can still I'm still holding my action, but yeah, I can use my reaction to counterspell it.
Well, the hold action part, it uses your reaction to like trigger that. So
Oh, I forgot. That
essentially,
rule is
you're
dumb and
yeah
I hate it.
yeah. If you use counterspell, your hold action goes away, but
Okay.
you might prevent whatever the hell is about to happen to you.
Oh, yeah, I'll give that a shot then.
Okay. Let me make sure the rules for counterspell here. Perfect. TC. Okay. Go ahead and give me I guess just an attack, like,
Like my spell casting?
yeah. The DC on this is 17.
Okay, not the spell I thought it was.
My uh, yeah, so I just roll.
Let me make sure. Hold on. Is it supposed to be?
Spellcasting ability roll, I think,
I
right?
think it's I think it's just
Your
the
charisma.
ability, not the like attack modifier though, right?
Okay.
I think
Yeah,
it's
that's what I
I
was trying to figure out.
yeah, pretty sure.
so I think
Yeah.
it's just I think so. I think it's just a charisma check from you then.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. You're prepping, like holding your shot. You're waiting for this thing to make a jump at you, and you watch just the barest like flicker of movement in its face. It doesn't have a lot of facial features, but you recognize like it's about to point something at you, and its jaw moves just ever so slightly, like it's casting a mnemonic. And instinctively, you swat it out of the air, and you watch as this blast of energy goes flying off and smacks into a tree, and that tree crumples in on itself.
Oh. Oh shit.
It kind of takes a step back, looks at you, and it finally like looks at the rest of the party. You watch as it takes off and flies away.
Uh,
Where's it going?
I don't know.
With 60 feet of fly speed, it makes it out of the middle of this clearing and into the tree line, heading southeast at this point.
Okay.
Tyler,
Mm-hmm.
it's your turn.
Oh.
You still can't see anything.
Did you say it moved?
Well, it
Uh,
shot at me and then it flew away.
Or do you guys want to follow it?
Honestly, not particularly. I mean, I know we probably should, but holy fuck. I feel like if that thing would have hit me, I wouldn't still be here.
Okay. Just an invisible thing that you think could kill you in one hit?
I got the vibe that whatever I managed to stop it from casting would have not treated me well.
Okay.
I mean, you saw that tree blow up, right? Or like
Yeah.
fold on itself, like that would have been me.
Okay.
But it does look like it like looked maybe it is connected to your ant because it did like seemed like it looked at you guys before it flew off. Whereas it was solely locked in on me up until it tried to kill me and failed.
Do you want to follow it and keep distance?
I'm probably the right person. I'll just follow everybody else for now. I'm still a little
Which way
freaked
did it
out
go?
by that thing. Oh, southeast. That
All
way.
right, I'll move. I'll move southeast.
I mean, Tez, you saw it, right?
I did see it. It was weird looking.
all right. Now we're gonna cautiously kind of step out of initiative order here. Is the intent to follow this thing right now? You do not, for the record, none of you have line of sight on this. It is broken line of sight into the trees, heading off in that direction. Is the intent to follow?
What y'all think?
That's what
You wanna
I'm
follow
assuming
it?
we're gonna do.
I don't know where it went.
I mean, we know what direction. That's it.
Yep. And only half of you can see it.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if maybe if we just go that direction, maybe that's where your aunt is. Maybe it's like going back to her.
Yeah,
If it's
maybe.
some sort of like projection. I mean, because it was
That's what
like
I'm
vaguely.
thinking.
I mean, it was like feminine shaped, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And I've seen their aunt before because she cured the hunger curse in me.
Yeah, give me an insight check, quick, or perception, whichever one you're feeling.
Definitely perception if I have the choice.
There wasn't a whole lot of definition to this body, but I mean, same general characteristics. Like, you maybe haven't. I don't know if Finn would have checked out Taylor and Tyler's aunt, but
Yes.
same.
Stupid question. Of course he would have.
Fair enough. Then
She's
yeah, fair.
probably hot as shit. She's a fucking like. Yeah, she's an elf. I'm sure he's like, they're all fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, fairly same general body shape and curves. So if Finn was a betting man, yeah, it was probably tied to Ilrin.
Yeah, it seems she seemed vaguely Ilrin shaped.
Best way to put it.
Fucking red lady
Well-
had ass.
That's my aunt you're talking about.
Yeah. Huh. Objectively speaking, she's fucking nails, dude.
Well, let's move that direction.
All right, who's leading the charge here?
Not me.
Oh, I'll go that way. Follow me, everyone.
Quick
I
question.
take my hammer.
Perfect.
And run.
Well, like I said, if the theory is that the projection thing is going towards Ilrin, then probably like maybe Taylor out front because he can track, right? Maybe pick up some sign of her.
If she's flying, it's going to be hard to follow a track.
Well, no, like of Ilrin, real Ilrin, not like floating energy version.
Oh, I mean, I can try.
Oh, smell. I'm a cat.
All right. I guess both of you go ahead and give me survival checks then, as Tez tries to sniff out any kind of scent, and Taylor tries to find any kind of tracks from the real Ilrin.
Oh man, I have a really good survival bonus too.
And a quick question. Can
Mhm.
Kisa see this thing at all?
Kisa didn't seem to react either.
Okay, then that's a no.
With a 7, Tez, you smell a lot of blood.
Oh,
And there's
Yeah.
kind of that, it's kind of a nasty smell, but there's also like that odd sense of familiarity that you have as, being a warrior. Like, it's not pleasant, but it's a smell you're comfortable enough with that it kind of clogs your senses a little bit with how much there is here.
okay.
Taylor, you guys, as you guys start heading out that way, very quickly you find there's no kind of physical tracks heading in this way. You do find one of the kind of easier to trod paths that the circle seems to probably use. Very similar to like a game trail almost, but there's no kind of sign of anything specific Ilrin or anything. You do spot about 5 or 10 feet up in the air a couple of times what looked like, it's kind of hard to describe, but almost like a chunk missing out of a tree, like a slight little curve, like part of the bark got sheared off maybe when something was passing by. You don't really know what would cause it, but you do find like some signs similar to that still heading in that direction.
I'll point that out to my friends. And say,
It's probably
this way, I think.
nice.
Okay. And you guys continue heading southeast. About 30 minutes later, still heading there. You're still finding every once in a while these, very faint like scrapes up in the little higher than you guys are. Still no kind of signs of physical tracks or anything like that. Continuing. Are you guys continuing? You still haven't seen a hide or hair of her since then.
I'm assuming it's all right.
She flew away. I don't know what's happening. We'll keep looking.
All right. You guys continue. Spend another 30, 45 minutes. Still going, still finding the occasional scrapes. Still haven't seen her though. Still heading, seems to be heading in this direction. Do you continue?
I say so, right?
We're still seeing like little marks, same scrapes you say?
Yep.
Let's
Still
keep
heading in that
going.
direction. All right. You guys continue heading off, and you hear off in the distance, a ways in the direction you're heading, another one of those like loud thudded booms, and it kind of shakes through the trees and reverberates a little bit.
Ooh.
Oh, let's go.
You continue, and you emerge on a beach. You guys have made it to the southeastern coast of the peninsula. And it would be a very nice looking, like, about 30 feet of beach from the tree line to the water's edge. There would be a nice little tide, but the water around here has been blasted away, and there's this almost looks like a crater. You would want to call it a crater at least, but it's almost cone shaped. Seems to have originated from like a point right by the water, and the cone pointing towards you guys almost. Everybody give me a perception check.
Can I get any sense of what that spell would have been, or what presumably a spell?
Give me an Arcana check.
I would do that. Oops, shoot.
That's fine. Take the first roll. To resolve the perception checks real quick. Most of you notice the ground around here kind of has that same like impacted, almost mildly burnt like sense of earth to this sand here. In parts, it looks like it's gotten hot enough that the sand actually crystallized a little bit from the pressure and heat. And there's almost like shards of glass in certain parts. All, and as you kind of like look at it, the intensity of whatever created this seems to be coming from that like origin point, closer to the water. There's more and more of it the closer you get to that like apex of it, of the cone. Finn, you spot just barely visible off in the distance, continuing southeast, a bright red dot on the horizon.
Like out in the water?
Out in the water. And it seems like if you're any judge of distance, getting farther away, it's getting smaller.
Oh shit. It's going southeast.
Yeah,
Fuck.
roughly to the purple dot.
Yep. There's
Could
one of
be.
the anchors there. That's probably not great.
Drost, with your 20 Arcana, you don't think this was a spell. You think this
Oh,
was
great.
just a eruption of arcane energy. But with that 20 and where you now, like having it pointed out that whatever this was is now way out there, you think that it released some energy to kind of get a bit of a launch. This was a launch pad almost. This is you're looking at just the pure concussive force of arcane energy used to launch whatever this is. Maybe it might be Ilrin, maybe it's this whatever this energy being version of her is. It used that just pure energy to push itself out there and get a bit more speed and distance.
Yeah, this is a blast off here,
Fuck.
or whatever fantasy.
It's gonna go blow up that fucking anchor.
what would you guys like to do as you sit here listening the water slowly starting to come back to normal and the tide lapping at the coast? That dot getting smaller and smaller.
Ghost, what do we do? Think hard. Quick.
We're not going to catch it.
She's
if
too
we swim.
fast.
It's really fast.
We don't. I mean, yeah, we don't know. We have a rough approximation of the anchor. We don't have a hard location, and it's the middle of the sea, so
Yeah. I mean, I gotta imagine
landmarks
that
yeah.
things going after it to blow it up. I mean, it's not going out there to fix it like we did. It's
Right.
the opposite. So, I mean, we got to probably assume that that anchor is donezo. Right?
Unless we can
Yeah,
somehow get to it before she does. Or it
Yeah.
does.
Or if it's like connected to your amp, we can find her and like snap her out of it and stop
Yeah.
it.
That's what I'm hoping we can do. I don't know.
we've got practically no leads.
Right.
Two things I'm going to point out. One of which is in your shared notes, as you've already kind of asked the question. The sunken temple of Melandra, which is supposedly the anchor that's out there, is the one anchor you were fairly certain could be considered safe for two reasons. One of which is in this answer, in that it can be moved. It is not a stationary location. The sunken temple itself, you don't know by what means, but the sunken temple itself can be moved. So it's not ever usually in one fixed location. The other reason you think it's probably relatively, well, at least you would think it's relatively safer than some of the other ones have been. Avandre pointed out that the sunken temple had guardians. Quite a few, in fact. There's he would have related a legend about this, underwater temple to a fallen god that is completely swarmed with devoted merfolk down there.
I don't know, man. That fucking energy thing hit hard. I was feeling really good about that thing being safe up until we saw it blasting off in that direction. I mean, I guess we could get to the Rebel Yell and
I was going to say the
fly out
speed
over the ocean and see
differential.
if we can
We
see
should
something.
be right. We should be faster than her in the Rebel Yell, but then we've got to get back to the Rebel Yell and then make up all that time because
Right.
we left the Rebel Yell in like
I'm sure it's in the cove.
The cove up by Albanon. We're gonna that's like 15, 20 miles across the bay or across the peninsula.
I will point out, you did recently learn a new spell for getting back to the Rebel Yell fairly quickly, if you can find flat enough surface to activate it.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have enough energy to get. I mean, I can get us to the Rebel Yell, but I'm not going to have enough energy to then get the Rebel Yell anywhere. So if we want to try and track her down, let's make a flat spot on the beach here.
Yeah.
I say we do it.
All right. You go down a little bit of the ways and are able to kind of find a flat enough, kind of like a rocky outcropping, but one big enough that you're able to start drawing on there. And everybody but Dros, because Dros is now working on the spell, give me one more perception check.
I suck.
Oh damn!
Finn, because you've
Let's
already
go.
spotted this before, and the twins, because now you know what to look for. As you're kind of looking off in the water, the dot that you had been following and that Finn clocked earlier, barely visible at this point. It is far enough on the horizon that unless you're really squinting and know the exact point to look at, you can't see it anymore. But what you do see is off kind of directly east from you, still out in the water, but a slightly different point, a little closer, but still fairly far off on the horizon, a different red dot that is now flying over the water and looks to be heading in the general direction that the other one did.
There's two of them?
There's multiple.
I just look up from drawing with the chalk. What?
Yeah, it looks like there's another one, like over there to the east on the horizon.
Go in the same direction? I mean, as best you can
Ish.
tell.
Yeah.
How bad do you want to try to fight two of them?
Negative amounts of bad.
What do we do? Just watch it happen?
That's never stopped us in the past.
Right?
Maybe just had that one big shot. Now it's done. That was its only move. Let's stick with that one.
As I continue with the chalk, but holding off on casting a spell. I'm going to flip through my books. Unless I don't have, so there's a spell called water breathing, and I don't know it. It seems that seems out of character. I'm looking through my spell book.
I want to say it would have been in one of the other ones that you've collected at this point.
Oh, I suppose, yeah, you're probably right.
Can you cast that as a ritual?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I would only need.
I'm going to retcon it would have been in at least one of them. If
Right.
It's not, I mean, I might have
I've
prioritized
collected
putting
like
combat.
yeah, I've collected like 5 of this, so it's not.
It would have been in like one of the Imperial Mages spell books that you collected at this point.
I would need an hour to get it into my book, or is there do I have to translate it, right, in order to cast it as my own spell? I can't cast it out of another spell book.
Correct. It has to be out of your spell book, so you have to transcribe it.
So yeah, I would need an hour. I mean, we presumably have about an hour of
yeah, if we get on the rebel,
rebel
yeah,
yell.
I'm sure.
I mean, I can
once we're
I can work
flying.
on it. Yeah. Like work on
Because
it
we'll
while
have
we're
to
in the air.
chase these things out in the ocean, so who knows how
Mhm.
long that's going to take. I mean, I would assume you have an hour safely. It's already got a
Right.
lead on us, so. Because we'll have to fly probably up north a little bit out of the way, because if there's Imperial presence around Elvenon, we don't want to get them on our tail. Especially if Tez saw
Oh god, yeah,
Charles
that's right. There's
in
a
a fucking
huge
airship.
Imperial presence in Elvenon.
What did I see?
What's that, Tez?
Yeah, wasn't it like
What?
Imperial celebrating Imperial Day or whatever in Elvenon?
I forgot what I saw. I don't know what you're talking about.
They were cracking down. Yeah, you guys went over it with Avandre a little bit. Charles Malor is there with the the pride of the Imperial Air Fleet, this giant flying man of war, along with several other airships and actual ships blockading it. Kind of putting the boot to Elvenon a little bit for Empire Day and like reminding them, despite all the unrest, who is in charge. So there is a significant Imperial presence there at the moment.
Making friends as usual.
All right. Well, I've got the glyphs ready. We doing this?
Do it.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Light it up and open the gateway to the Rebel Yell.
All right. You guys jump
If
through
that's
the
how that works.
gateway. You jump through this gateway, and it's a little disconcerting when you do because you're jumping into a portal in the ground and then popping out like upright from a wall in the Rebel Yell. So your perspective shifts and it kind of jars you a little bit, but you are all now in the hold of the Rebel Yell.
Joe's played
And,
Portal too. He's good.
yeah, basically. And you guys appear here. You know, the doorway closes behind you, and you all kind of like, as you're getting your bearings, you look and you see Jerry sitting there with a tankard full of something that smells incredibly strong from here, holding a giant sandwich. Are you
Sandwich
guys
looks pretty
actually
good.
here?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, thank God! I thought I was losing my mind.
No.
Do you lose your mind often?
All the time.
All right.
But you guys are now back on the Rebel Yell. What would you like to do?
Fucking ring the bell. Tell everybody we're getting ready to move.
I'm gonna start working on the spell transcription and give Avandre a call on the cell phone.
All right. I'm gonna jump to that here in a second. Finn, you run up on deck, start ringing the bell. Rulo kind of looks over from up near the captain's wheel. Captain, I wasn't expecting you guys, but when did you get back? Wait, where?
We
What?
teleported. We got some new magic spells.
Oh, right, magic. Okay. What do you need?
Well, we think that the aspect of wrath has manifested and is going after one of the anchors out in the ocean. So we need to like swing around the peninsula so as not to draw the attention from all the Imperials at Elvenon, and then get ourselves headed out into like the Eastwater Sea.
All right,
And
a lot of that
hopefully
went
you
over my
guys
head,
can
but
see the red ladies.
red ladies. Okay, well, always like looking at ladies. If we're going all the way around the peninsula, that will take a good amount of time. If we're trying to just avoid
Yeah, we just need to
trouble from
avoid the
Elvenon,
Empire. Yeah.
we should be able to like a little farther up the peninsula, cut across it directly instead of having to go all the way around the Cape.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just as much as we can safely avoid Imperial attention, let's do that. But yeah, speed is also a factor. So,
Will do then. Do you want a helmet or should I?
oh yeah, I'll drive.
All right. Rulo calls out, all hands, prepare to take. Ship comes to life as you take your seat at the captain's wheel.
Real quick before we head off,
Mm-hmm.
or can I? Is it fair to say that there could be like birds around, like flying?
Absolutely.
Okay. Can I send an animal messenger back to probably like the just one of the elders that I spoke to,
Yeah, probably
and
the main one.
yeah, and then just kind of like update that we might have found something and we'll be in touch.
Maybe.
Okay. You send this bird off, and it's off to go inform that elder. As Finn, you take the wheel. The ship begins to rise vertically for a little bit, and then as soon as it's able to clear the tree line, starts flying off, easy and smooth, to the northeast a ways to start putting some distance between you and Elvenon first. Drost, you begin transcribing, and then you give Avandre a ring on the cell stone. You hear a little bit of feedback a little bit for a couple minutes, and then suddenly a click. Hello?
Hey, Vandre, we think we found the aspect of Wrath, and I basically just the TLDR.
It's been like less than 24 hours.
We're efficient
You,
and cursed.
I think it's a good measure of both at this point. Well, you weren't looking for the aspect of Fury, so what happened exactly?
Just lucky. Yeah, I explain the situation, and then let him know that that one, probably two of them are headed out into the Eastwater Sea. We're assuming to the temple, the sunken temple. We're trying to close the gap. We suspect that they're going to try and destroy the anchor. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's disconcerting. The fact that there are two, and it didn't react at all to calling out Ilrin's name at all?
No, didn't look like it.
So it might not even be
really
her.
didn't like Finn. Yeah, we don't. I mean, it didn't seem superhuman, or it didn't seem very human. But I suppose neither did the hunker. And yeah, I explained, the tendrils to the corpses and the blast that Finn deflected, and
Interesting.
is there
Well,
any information you can give us about the sunken temple that might help us? Or
not a lot. Stories say that the temple itself used to be on an island that was at one point at a fixed location. And the spot that when we've discussed where the shrine might be or the temple might be, that's kind of the general area that it used to be in when it was originally a landmass. However, long before the Empire was ever a thing, something happened out there, and that landmass disappeared, sunk underwater. The stories since then have come from some very brave deepwater divers. They say they have found it, but the location's never quite the same. Based on tidal currents, it seems like it moves every once in a while. From the few reports that we have from, again, hundreds of years ago. This is not necessarily something that anyone goes looking for nowadays, but the tales used to talk of some kind of remnant of a civilization down there that was guarding it. They could only ever get a glimpse of the temple without ever actually seeing all of it in its glory or being able to go inside. So couple that with its seeming ability to move, I mean, it's hundreds of years. There's no counting for mistaken storytelling. It could just be in one spot, but any expeditions to try and find it deliberately have never found it in the spots that it indicates, so, or it's been previously indicated. So I'm inclined to say there is something moving it in some way. What that would be, I have no clue. But
We can probably safely assume that these aspects are going to have some sort of affinity with the anchor
if they
and
are
might
tied to
be able to home
Demogorgon,
in on it.
and if they are tied to Demogorgon, and Demogorgon, well, the Anka is deliberately holding Demogorgon, more than likely they will have a better idea of where to find it than anyone else would. Whether it would be an exact location is, well, it's hard to say, especially if these are, I don't want to use the term fragment, but something sticks out that it's not quite, if it's not quite Ilrin, what is it? But they might have an idea of where to start at least. Now, as for it, I mean, I can't speak to its defenses either because I have no idea if it is well defended or not, or the story, the story's held. But I would assume if there is anything down there, it would be deep enough to be difficult to reach and then difficult to fight at that point. So I don't imagine that even if there's more than one of these things, it's going to be an easy task for them, but I suppose that will just have to remain to be seen.
Well, if we survive, we'll let you know.
I'm sure it'll make for a fine story if you do.
Thanks. Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Absolutely. If I see anything weird happening from up here in the watchtower, I'll be sure to inform you.
Okay, great.
The cellstone clicks dead, and you are back to transcribing a spell. It's about 10 minutes after you guys take off that Rulo kind of indicates to you, Finn. I think we're good to start cutting southeast, Captain. We're far enough away that I don't see anything on the horizon as far as airships or ships on the water.
Will do.
All right, and you hard cut to starboard, but just hard enough to get the turn, not hard enough to jar anyone who might be standing as you curve and start heading on a southeast vector, cutting across the peninsula itself. And starting to make decent time. I'd say anyone who is on the deck, after about like 30 to 45 minutes, you guys... Actually, no, it'd be a lot faster than that because you guys did it in about an hour tracking. Under 30 minutes, you're able to cut across the peninsula and are now over open water. Anyone who is on the deck, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's my best roll tonight. Oh,
That is your best roll tonight.
And my worst roll tonight.
I'm squinting. I'm looking everywhere. I'm gonna see something.
I mean, Tez, it seems to work. You do some squinting, you're looking off, and you spot, way off in the distance, a red dot.
Oh,
and then you
see
realize...
something. Wait.
Then as you kind of you go to point and look at it, Finn and Tyler, as Tez does that, points over, and you're eventually able to spot the red dot he's pointing at. That's not the red dot you saw earlier. Because this one, as you guys are heading southeast now, this one's off your starboard. It's off to your right, somewhere out in that direction.
I found another one. Wait, that's not good.
Well, I guess it makes us going out here an even
Third.
better idea then, because that's what, 3? And
That's
Tyler, can you see
3.
it now?
I can see that one.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Oh, never mind. Tyler can't see him.
Never mind,
Sorry,
I
my
don't
bad.
see it.
Sorry, my bad. That's my
No,
bad.
I still don't see anything
Retcon
you guys
that
are
whole
fucking talking about.
conversation.
Okay, well.
This is bothering me. I don't know why I'm not seeing whatever you guys are seeing. Taylor, you can't see it, right?
I don't see a damn thing.
Hey, whenever Dross gets done fucking with this book, tell him to figure out why you guys can't see it. We can. It doesn't make any sense because Tez,
I see it
it's
just
not a
fine.
human thing.
I'm not a human.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Who else can't see it?
I don't know. Hey, crew,
Could
how
be
many
in
people see that
relation
red
to-
dot?
Rulo kind of looks over. I don't think I see a red dot out there, Captain, and a couple of deckhands kind of chime in. None of them seem to see it.
I grab Jerry by the back of his neck
What?
and I point where I see it. I say, Jerry, do you see that red dot right there?
Pull me back over the deck! Pull me back over the deck!
Just look, Jerry. You're fine.
Jerry. Don't kill Jerry.
I don't see anything! Pull me back over the deck! I don't like hanging like this!
Okay, fine. I pull him back on the deck. Good gracious, Jerry. Take it easy.
Can I see it if I look through Elvis's eyes?
You know?
Ooh.
Yeah, you do. You summon Elvis on your shoulder, pop into his vision for just a second, and you're able to see it.
Okay, Elvis can see it.
Finn, I'm going to let that 15 perception ride on this as you pop out of Elvis's eyes. Elvis is just kind of sitting there on your shoulder, and you look over at it, and Elvis's eyes normally have that, like, draconic look to it. Right now, they have the Eldath, like, alien look to it.
Ah. Huh.
But you're able to continue tracking it, and it does look like it's off in the distance enough, and it seems to be going at a speed somehow a little faster than you guys, because it does eventually start moving vector-wise towards the bow, so it's ahead of you at this point. But it seems to be heading in the same direction you guys are heading in.
I'll keep going that direction then.
All right. You guys continue on traveling. Drost, I'm going to say, with the wealth of information you guys have, and the fact that you are also bearing quite a bit of arcane like power in some of your artifacts, give me an Arcana check, straight roll.
Yep.
Well, I was going to give you a bastardized version of water breathing where you could just use the spell slot instead of doing a ritual and already have a version to cast. Natural 20, you have the normal version. You find some shortcuts and are able to kind of tap into like other elements from other spells. You're like, all right, shorthand here. Like this is the part of the incantation I need that's more important.
Sure.
Within like an hour and a half of doing it, you're able to get it done.
All right, never mind.
Yeah.
I should be good.
It's not pretty, and you don't think that if anyone was trying to copy it, like you don't think you could give this to someone else to copy.
Sure.
This is 100% like Dross shorthand, but it works for what you need it for.
All right. Well, we should be all right once we get there. Wherever
About an
there
hour or
is.
so. About an hour or so after you guys have left the coastline, you guys are continuing out. It's still open water. I'm gonna let the perceptions from earlier ride. Actually, no. Let's get a fresh set of perception checks here.
Oof.
Yep, focusing on flying it. All right. 15, 14, 15.
Sorry, I had to refill my water.
Yep, no worries.
Oh, I'm still squinting. Jerry, just look over here. Okay, never mind. I don't see shit.
Yep. The twins and Loki, as you guys are kind of keeping an eye out for things, the three of you are able to hear it way off in the distance. The dull thud of explosions again. different than what it was earlier. This is less of a like magical explosion, and this one sounds a little more rougher and sharper on the ears a little bit. And all three of you have are able to recognize this because you have things on this ship that make that noise. That's cannon fire way off in the distance that you're hearing. You don't know how close it is, and you don't like as you're you peer over the edge of the gunwales, just trying to get a view. You know it's ahead of you somewhere. Like the sound is coming from dead ahead of you, but it's just the dull sound of like the sound is just traveling over open water. It carries quite a bit. You don't know how far it is. You don't see anything on the horizon just yet indicating where it would be, or any kind of signs of battle or anything. It's just the sound. But something up ahead is shooting at something else. And quite a lot of shooting in one burst.
Hmm.
But the Rebel Yell continues to sail. Give me another navigation check, please, Finn.
Yep. Oh wait, I get that advantage.
Yeah, with a 30, you're able to you start feeling a bit of a tailwind coming and just kind of ever so slightly shift the course. Still heading in that direction, but you start catching the ship quickly picks up speed, going ever so faster until you start hearing the cannon fire again, and this time it's a bit louder. And as you guys kind of peer over the front of the bow, just kind of taking a look, Rulo kind of goes over, pulls out his own spyglass. Captain, I'm seeing ships dead ahead. Edge of the horizon. Multiple, looks like, got at least 2 sunk. They're going down.
Hmm.
Looks like they're flying Imperial colors.
That'll do it.
Can I see how many there are?
Yeah, you pull out your own spyglass and kind of point where Rulo is indicating here. It looks like there were 6 ships off in the distance. This is still a good ways off the horizon, barely visible at this point. But you can very clearly see 2 of them they look like to have been cracked and are now falling into the water. The after castles are just barely sticking up out of the water. They're continuing to sink. A third looks to be in very bad condition. It's listing fairly low, water up almost to the deck itself. Like if it wasn't sinking, it's very close to sinking. The other 2, a bit farther off, or other 3, excuse me, bit farther off, some distance. Quite a bit of powder smoke in the air. Hard to see what exactly they're pointing and shooting at. You do eventually see another flash of cannon fire from one of them. And just as it does that, you see a zip of red energy, and something punches through the ship that just fired. And that one begins to start listing into the water ever so slightly.
Huh. We might have had this wrong, guys. Right. I guess nobody else can see him. Is Drost up on the deck yet?
I don't know. Is
What's going on out there? Is that gunfire? Is that cannon fire?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I know how to shoot our cannons. Do you want me to go get ready?
Yeah. Make sure you get Drost
Okay.
up here.
Okay. Oh, Prost, get up here.
Yeah. What's up?
Go talk to Finn. I have to go get on the cannon and start shooting immediately, he said.
No, not start
Right.
shooting immediately. Get on the cannon immediately.
Do I hear him?
The shooting is supposed to wait.
Keep running.
I don't know. Does Tez hear?
Jerry, come out. I would say probably. Oh, Finn, what did you say?
Just get ready to shoot, but don't start
Oh.
shooting till we tell you to. We're trying to figure out what's going on.
Oh, okay.
You're just getting
Okay.
ready.
Okay, got it. I run that way and get ready.
All right, you go and get the cannon down in the base or in the bottom deck, ready and loaded, deploying the barrel from underneath the hull.
Hey, what's up? I'm almost finished with this spell. What's going on?
Well, we might have had it wrong, but nobody else can see anything. Can you see up ahead? It looks like the red things are shooting down the Imperial ships.
I'll take a look that direction.
With the spyglass and Finn's direction. Yeah, and Rulo as well. Rulo is able to point out where the ships are. Finn kind of directs you, and you're able to see, the ships that are still up. The one that just took a hit from red energy is now starting to sink. It is getting lower and lower in the water. And as you watch, one of the other ones that still seems to be afloat does another batch of cannon fire, and all of you can hear the thud of the cannons way off in the distance. And Dros, as you're watching through the spyglass, you watch a bolt of red energy fly up from the water, sits above the ship about 30 feet, and then dives straight through its decks, and seems to start cracking it in parts.
I hand the spyglass back to Finn. I was like, I mean, she was awfully pissed at those Imperial soldiers.
Yeah.
I mean, if she's, I don't know, that's encouraging. If nothing else. Were there several of them?
It's hard to tell.
Give me a perception check. Now that you're kind of watching for it specifically, the two of you specifically.
Oh yeah, it's the two that can see it.
Yeah.
Well,
Dros, you don't see any more of the red energy after the one that you clocked flies through the deck of the other one of one of the ships. Finn, as you're standing off, you take the spyglass back and are keeping an eye on it. You do watch as two of the other two bolts of red energy seemingly pop up from the water, float above one of the ships a little bit, and then they don't seem to immediately attack that ship, but they go back into the water instead.
Okay, so there's at least two.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well,
at this point, there's only two functional ships left, right?
Correct. The one that Dros just watched get hit is now fully sinking. It has been completely cracked in half after this bolt, whatever this is, flew through its decks. The one that you watched take a hit earlier is barely hanging on, but it's not fully sinking yet. The one that was already at that point is now sinking as well. There is just one left that seems to be untouched.
How close do we want the Rebel Yell to be to that mess?
I'm cool with waiting back here.
Taylor and Tyler, give me survival checks real quick.
If I could roll higher than a 10 tonight, that would be fantastic.
Both of you. 10 and 11 is high enough, honestly, for what this was. Because you're not in a position where you're doing any tracking or anything like that. Tyler, you pick up on the smell of it. Taylor, you pick up on the taste of it. Petrichor. the taste and smell of rain, ever so slightly on the wind it's carrying. You look, you guys are kind of watching, like, you're hearing this play-by-play as Drost and Finn are kind of watching, at this point, you guys are getting close enough, you can kind of vaguely make out the shapes of ships on the horizon there. You don't see whatever's happening with the red energy that they're describing, but you're kind of watching the area above, like around it. And you get that smell and that taste, and you kind of just look up ever so slightly, and you start watching as there's a storm cloud. Looks like right above where this is happening. And that cloud's starting to get a little bit bigger.
Does it look like called lightning? Or like natural?
Because you said the spell name, you recognize what appears to be a very similar spell to call lightning, if not the spell itself. You've never seen, as that storm cloud keeps getting bigger and bigger, though, you don't think you've ever seen one that big.
I just pointed out, I go, guys, that's called lightning.
That's a lot of lightning.
She's got to be in the middle of that.
It just seems to keep getting bigger, bigger, and it's growing.
Like,
you start
You
realizing
think she's in the middle of it?
Don't think it's her.
Unless those things can cast spells.
There's
Like-
definitely druids in there somewhere.
Question, guys. Didn't we see another storm over one of the other spots?
Yep.
Is
Oh,
this
shit.
something similar?
Yeah.
I pop my head up. What's going on?
Oh, well, now there's a storm, and the red
Gosh.
things are blowing up the Imperials.
Does it remind us of that storm that we saw over one of the other spots?
Or does it look more like Call Lightning, the spell?
Yeah, does it look similar to the previous storm we saw, or is this something similar but different?
dealer's choice. Whoever wants to make a roll for it, give me an Arcana or Nature check.
I am shit at both, so
Best I got is a +5.
I got +1. That's it. So
You can absolutely opt to give the help action in this if you want.
Did you say nature?
Nature or Arcana, whichever
Am
you would like.
I still up there because I'm good at nature? Oh,
Yeah.
If you want to, yeah, you absolutely can. Also, I'm now imagining Tez popping up from the gun deck with like gunner's goggles on his face that he just found somewhere.
Yes,
Absolutely.
good call. Yes, I have my main like fucking tied back too, and I lift my goggles up and I just look at the sky and I make a nature check. It's a 15.
I mean, that's higher than I thought it was going to be.
It smells like rain.
I mean, yeah, I'd give the
Tez,
help action if I could.
You take a look at that, and
Oh.
you have this weird intrinsic tie to wild magic as, a result of the ritual that was done to you. And you get like a twinge. You know that's not a natural storm, and whatever is happening with that is not just a spell being used to conjure a storm, it's something weird and like amped up in a way that it's very similar to what happens with your own power.
Oh, goodness. This doesn't look good, guys.
Yeah, I think Eldad told me to beware of the storm, so this may be the same type of deal.
Oh.
So maybe we go back?
Or at the very least, hang back a little bit.
Yeah, definitely not getting closer.
Finn, I'm gonna need a decision check or a decision from you at this point. You watch this storm cloud is getting bigger and bigger. With how it is expanding, if you continue on your current course, you are going to be underneath the cloud.
Oh no,
Underneath
I'm
the
definitely
storm.
turning off. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
peel off north.
All right. You cut and start
stay at
heading
the
north.
edge of the storm.
Okay. Give me another another rebel yell check here to make sure that you can outpace the rate that the storm is growing. 31. Goddamn. Yeah. More than enough. You're able to start outpacing it, keeping a healthy distance with the storm at your back. The the shapes of the ships you were watching getting destroyed get a little farther and farther. And then you notice that the rate of that storm growing stops. It seems to have hit kind of its limit. And you start, pulling about to the side, bringing it about so you can kind of get a view of everything. The sheer scale of this storm dwarfs any other storm you have seen before, including the storm you just experienced down in Oasis. This is just based on what part you can see. Most of your horizon as you're looking at this is filled with dark cloud at this point. It is,
damn.
and it's getting darker and darker by the second. I need to know.
This thing go any faster?
Well, it's no
stopped.
longer growing. Yeah, it's no longer growing at this point. You guys are about like 300 feet away from like the edge of where this storm like front would be essentially. Decent distance. I need to know what languages everyone speaks.
Oh,
And also, roughly, what size is this storm?
You said most of our horizon is filled with clouds, so I'm assuming
Yeah.
big.
I speak halfling and common.
For reference, about 9 of these squares.
Oh,
3x3?
Yeah, 3x3.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn. That's like almost the size of the Verdant Bay Peninsula.
That's as far as we can see from each side. That's fucking humongous.
Yeah. It's not small, that's for sure.
Oof.
I'm pretty sure I just speak common.
Make sure of something here. Okay. I don't think... Yeah, I don't think any of you speak this language. Not unless Tez has it.
Oh,
I speak
Yeah,
halfling.
just halfling? Okay. In a language none of you understand, you hear what to one of you, or well, a couple of you, you've met Orin. You hear a familiar voice, just you've never heard it in this tone and speaking this language, but it's definitely Ilrin's voice. Shouts something that seems to reverberate from the clouds themselves from all angles. Like imagine just the biggest speaker you can physically design blasting her saying something in a language you do not comprehend. And you watch as from almost every point in that storm cloud, bolts of lightning rain down into the ocean.
oh shit.
They strike the water and begin cascading in patterns that you could not even begin to fathom. Just chain after chain, reaching deeper into the water, well past your sight line into the deep. And the lightning continues for about a minute. Before it stops, the lightning recedes, and you watch as the clouds ever so slightly begin to slowly shrink in on themselves, heading back into what appears to be the center of this storm.
Where did it go?
I'm going to make... Actually, I'm going to leave this one up to one of you guys. I need somebody to roll me a D100.
Didn't I roll one of the last ones and I messed it up? So somebody else can do it.
Well, you never know.
I got it.
Someone needs to roll me a D100. Oh,
Oh,
Oh, kid. Oh, look at
either
that.
one of you. Either one of you that would have been high enough. You hear from somewhere in the depths of the ocean a sound that you would imagine, if you were underwater and were able to hear noise, would shatter your eardrums. It would be so loud. Given that you're hundreds of feet above the water, it's deadened by most of the water above, between you. It's still insanely loud and shakes some of the rafters of your guys' mass.
shit.
A loud, droning wail and crash of something primordial, well beneath the ocean, having been disturbed from its slumber. And that is where we're going to leave off for the night.
Oh, joy.
Look at
Oh,
him.
good.
Problem.
Kooky ant woke up Godzilla.
Nice.
I hate when that
hope it is
happens.
Godzilla.
When your
Fucking
aunt wakes
great.
up Godzilla.
Actually, one other thing is going to happen before, because both of you rolled high enough on that D100. As you hear that crash, from around the spot where the ships were, you don't even see any signs of the ships now anymore. The lightning seems to have completely vaporized them and scattered them into remains that cannot be made out at this distance. But from that spot, you see something massive and immense breach the water in a giant crash of droplets as it scatters, and it crashes back into the waves, and what's left in that same spot looks to be a very muddy looking island with a stone marble temple sitting above it.
Oh, ooh.
Oh,
That's where we're going to end.
all right.
Again, oh,
Okay.
joy.
Good.
Damn.
All right. On that note,
Found the sunken temple.
I'm gonna end the recording here. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you next time.